And finally on the program, the Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo and his wife, Dr. Ebijake Sanwo, have inspired young boys to become leaders of change agents and avoid bad influence. Governor Sanwo, who is addressing over 250 boys from the public and private schools during the opening of a 3-day residential workshop of the 2024 Boy Child Initiative organized by the Office of the First Lady, underscores the need to nurture the next generation of leaders who are capable of driving meaningful societal change.
Selected Lagos State secondary school students make their way into the Lagos House in Marina for the 2024 Boy Child Initiative, organized by the Office of the First Lady to awaken the boy child towards becoming a change agent. The opening session of the residential workshop for the boy child had in attendance State Commander of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, representative of the State Ministry of Youth and Social Development, Domestic and Sexual Violence Agency, and Governor Babajide Sanwo also stops by, surprising the gathering. Dr. Ebijake Sanwo, who initiated the program 3 years ago, explains why it's important for young boys.
Our objectives for the Lagos Boy Child Initiative are well displayed here. One is to raise awareness of the rights and welfare of the boy child. And Mr. Governor emphasized that we talk a lot of the girl child most of the time, but we need to balance it nowadays because the girls are going to end up working with the boys or men. The girls are going to end up getting married to the men. So the boy child, we need to also focus on them. To promote educational opportunities to the male child, especially in the indigents. Yes, every child has the right to go to school, and it's important that we encourage every child as much as possible. Whether you are a child of a fisherman or you are not a child of anybody, you just have the right to go to school. And it's important that we emphasize that as much as possible, catch them young. To facilitate rehabilitation of the vulnerable boy child through referrals. Yes, there's a lot happening out there. We have some children that's victim of circumstances. They end up on the streets. Nobody's looking at them, and then another set of people capture them before you know it, they go into drug abuse and stuff like that. So we also have that right as citizens to help these vulnerable ones to get into referral centers.
The issue of drug abuse, sexual and gender-based violence tops discussion.
There is a study that was carried out in 2017. It's known as the National Drug Use Survey. That study revealed that 14.3 million Nigerians are on psychoactive substances. And out of that, we have 10.6 smoke or use cannabis, while 4.6 million use opioids, and 2.3 million use cough syrup that is laced with codeine, while 481,000 use tranquilizers and sedatives, and 340,000 use ecstasy, a stimulant. 300,000 use solvents and inhalants, while 238,000 use amphetamines and prescription stimulants, and 92,000 use cocaine.
These are cases that we saw in BSBA last year. So look at it. Out of about 6,000 people that came forward to report, 3,008 of them are adults. And look at it, about 2,005 of them are children. And look at, why I brought this is, I want us to look at the demographic of the male and female. Look at, for the adults that came to report, about 90% of them are what? Females. So that means that majority of the perpetrators are what? Male. Hello guys. That means majority of the perpetrators are what? So the reason why we are doing all of this is that we don't want you to be part of those 90 people, 90% of men that does those things. Do you understand me, guys? And we look at it, we have just 10% of men that came forward. I want you to clap for those men. Clap for them. We want you to be at this level where you can speak up against whatever it is that you are experiencing. That you will not let anybody to cover you, to overshadow your voice.
In addition to this, Governor Sanwo encourages them to embrace the values of responsibility and integrity.
It doesn't matter what your background is. It doesn't matter where your parents have come from. It doesn't matter where neighborhood you live. You can achieve whatever you want to achieve in life. All you need to do is to have your head and your brain set into your dreams and into your target. See the opportunity that has been given to you today. See the opportunity that you have to become a better person today and in the future days ahead of you. There's going to be a lot of pressure on you. So you need to be able to calm down. You need to be able to say to yourself, at 12, at 13, you can shape your brain, you can shape your thoughts, you can shape your ideas. You can say to yourself, I do not want to be part of a cultist camp. It's your choice. And once you say that to yourself, it will never happen. There's no shortcut to life, it's hard work. What did I say? There's no shortcut to life, it's hard work, prayers, perseverance. Perseverance meaning that if you fall down, you get up again. If you make a mistake, you learn from your mistake. That's what perseverance is. Don't give up the first time.
Some of the boys are happy to be part of the mind-opening event.
I've learned that if I can get adequate information, I can prevent myself from being an abuser and also a sexual abuse victim. And just because I'm a boy doesn't mean that I would always have to be an abuser. I can be a survivor instead.
Time to have some fun as Mrs. Sanwo leads the students on a memorable train ride.
Today we're in Lagos. Maybe next time it's another state that you will be using the train. And maybe after that you are going abroad. And you'll be using the train. So we use Lagos to practice. Sorry. Please start from here and
The future leaders also visited a polyester recycler site in Maltu, where waste is turned to wealth. Day 2 of the Boy Child Initiative in Mera community witnessed a panel session discussion focused on responsibilities of stakeholders to enhance viable educational enterprise in communities. Stakeholders from religious organizations, youth groups, traditional rulers, and school-based management committee shared their efforts in supporting the state government's vision for education development. To wrap up the event on Day 3 at Lagos Model College, Mera, experts from different fields, including music producer and singer Olumide Ogunade and former Nigerian goalkeeper Peter Rufai, share diverse perspectives on career development for boys.
I will tell you that as much as you are passionate, also be disciplined. Passion can motivate you, but it takes discipline to actually keep you, to keep doing the same thing, even if you are not getting results. So the key there is you need to know. You need to know the job. You need to know the terrain. You also need to know what is obtainable at every time. The entertainment industry is like a microwave kind of industry that things are changing by the day. New inventions are coming in. So your ears have to be on the ground.
Discipline, the dedication, and the determination. These are the 3 Ds that has really helped me to keep this shape. Why? Because the question being asked, the 3 Ds is something you must hold close to your heart in any field, in any choosing or passionate sports you've taken to.
Child abuse activist Praise For also gives his views on the importance of proper guidance for the boy child.
If you go alone, you are going to go fast. But if you go together, you will go very far. Your friends can make or marry you. And so, for many of us, you are always going with the wrong set of people. They are going to drain you.
A member of the Lagos State House of Assembly representing Etiosa constituency 2, Honorable Bolahon Yishau, tells his own story of how his leadership journey started.
For me, I started out like you. I was doing little things in my own world. When questions are asked like this, I'll be the first person to put my hand up. Because I'm a doer at the end of the day. I like to make impact. I like to bring people together, get things done. So you also have to have empathy. It's called empathy, but the meaning is you must be able to feel people's needs, talk to them, relate with them, play with them. Even your parents, you can do that with your parents. And finally, under your leadership, you need to have critical thinking. You must be able to solve problems. Even in the homes, somebody wants to get something done, you are able to do it for them. So as you grow up, that translates to your capacity to serve.
Dr. Obijoke Sanwo stresses the need to promote access to quality education for vulnerable male children.
We have our theme for this year, Awakening the Boy Child Towards Being a Change Agent. And this started on the 11th of June. We were able to get the most senior boy child in Lagos State, which is our governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo, to come and act as a role model and a mentor for the children out there. We want to also be able to war against drug abuse, where we'll be able to tell people where these rehab centers are. In future, we're going to have booklets that will tell people where they are and how to go about it. Then we also, the fourth point is to build a new generation of transformed male children who will contribute positively to the society. There's that image out there that most of the male children are either into Yahoo, or they're just singers that don't wear clothes on the television. And you know, these television images give wrong impression to some of our children out there. We want to change the narrative, we want to change that story, that these boys, these young men out there can become something in life.
The event is rounded off with presentation of medals to winners of sports competitions, where the overall champions get a trophy.